Hey, folks, welcome to the Bellied Up podcast. I'm here. My name's Charlie Behrens, and this is my buddy Miles, the You Betcha guy. And we're here over at Frank's Lounge, dressed in our best pretty kitty. I'm just enjoying life today, Miles. I'm taking in the moment. It's good to be here with you.
I'm glad that you are enjoying the moment because you were not enjoying the moment this morning.
I wasn't.
It was Charlie and I were going to shoot a video at 8:30 a.m. I got a phone call
8:38
from Charlie at 8:40.
Whoops.
And he just calls me and he goes, "What did he say, Jake? Hang up." Yeah, he goes, you sounded very frantic, and he's like, "I got a little hang up at the parking garage."
Most frustrating thing I've done in a long
And he was
time.
breathing heavy so I thought he got into an accident. Like, I thought that you hit an old lady walking to her car or something. And I was like, "Oh God, what happened?" And he's like, "This whole not having a wallet thing really sucks."
Yeah, so
as you can imagine, Charlie, as we talked about on a previous podcast, forgot his wallet in Milwaukee. And what happens?
My wallet in Milwaukee.
That's actually a really good name for a country song.
Not bad.
So tell everyone what happened.
All right. So listen, I planned ahead, believe it or not, because initially I wasn't going to park in the parking structure because the parking on the street is free. But the woman at the Radisson, she said, they're pretty tickety around here. They give tickets and they tow. And I said, well, it's $7 to park here. I think I'm going to roll the dice. She said, I wouldn't. So she sold me on it. She did. I moved my car to the parking structure and I bought it. $7 a night to park there. Little spendy, but I splurged thinking, I don't want to be late because my car is getting towed. That's happened before. Most recently in Austin, Texas, because I wanted barbecue right before my flight. Missed the flight. Car got towed. But in my defense, the signs that said no parking anytime were burnt by the sun, and you couldn't see them unless you were up close reading them like a foot away. I think it was a ploy on behalf of the tow truck drivers to get more money, and I wrote a really long letter to the city of Austin to discuss this issue. Regardless, here I am trying to not redo my own mistakes, trying to learn from my mistakes, and I says, all right, I'll park in your structure. Well, as I get out to the structure, I bring with me the coupon that she said would get me out. So I'm sitting there trying to plug the coupon in. It says I owe $8. By the way, you only saved $1 prepaying for it. So truthfully, I should have only got one night, rolled the dice on the second. Regardless, I'm calling. The little thing that you call? Mm-hmm. I say, hello. I was given a validation. I was validated by the hotel. And I can't get out. And they said, okay, well, sir, we do not work with the hotel. And I says, not my problem, And
well, you better start.
Right. So then I was like, oh, geez, well, I can't go anywhere. You got a car. There's a car behind me now. There's nowhere for me to go. And so then I get put on hold. And bad hold music. And so then I gets disconnected and I go, geez, Louise, car's honking at me. I'm like, oh. So I get out of the car. Now I parked too close to the little thingy-mabob because I got up nice and close to put my ticket, but not enough distance to open up my car. So I put it in the park and I try to put my reverse lights on now because they know I want to back out. Well, this car behind me is not having it. And they're honking louder now as I'm trying to open up the door against the thing. So I'm like, fine. I go over the front console. This is a sedan, by the way. Not a very good one. It's a wicked shade of blue, so you can spot me anywhere. I go to open up the car. Well, now it's locked. And I unlock it from across the way, and it's not doing it because of child safety things or something. So now I got to get back into the driver's seat, unlock it, and then I realize I could have just pulled the thing up. Another story altogether. So I'm out. I go explain to the car behind me what's going on. I says, I've been screwed here. I'm as mad as you. In fact, probably madder. They said, why don't you just use your credit card? I says, I'm not just trying to save $1 here. I don't have a credit card. And I tried to use my phone, and it wouldn't do the phone thing. What a useless piece of shit that is. So then I says, can I borrow your credit card? And they looked at me funny. I said, maybe if you just back up. Well, backing up is a whole situation. It's not just a quick backup turnaround. No, you got to back up at least a quarter of a block through a turn. And if someone's coming around the corner, it can be a dangerous situation. Well, at this point, we finally get it all backed up, and I'm back in the parking spot, at which point I call Miles. I tell him the predicament, go upstairs, get a new parking pass, new validation. I leave, and here we are.
And the funny thing is you called me at 8:40. There's no way it took longer than 10 minutes from you pulling up to there, having all this happen, than parking again.
Yeah, I threw a few extra beats in there just so you would kind of think that more time had passed. Not
a chance. You were supposed to be there at 8:30, and you were leaving the parking structure at 8:30. So
8:32, actually. So anyways, it's nice to be here, Miles. Really
well, honestly, I was relieved because when you first called me in a Frantic, it sounded like you ran over someone.
Let that be a lesson to you guys. Let that be a lesson, okay? Start people thinking you killed a woman, and then they'll forgive you being late, okay? Yeah. Like, well, it's at least we can still shoot this sketch today. I think we shot a fun sketch, though. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I am too. Should we do some callers, Charlie?
Let's do it, Miles.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. How are you, Becky?
I'm great. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. Where are you bellied up at?
We're bellied up at Frank's Lounge in Fargo, North Dakota. I'm here with Miles.
Hi, Miles.
How are you?
Fabulous.
I hear that you are trying to get your husband to clean more. What's going on with that?
He drives me insane. He always finds little ways to create these other projects that need to happen right now.
I get it. I get it. You get fixed on something, it's got to happen. I mean, cannot wait, you know? It's like a little it's like when your glue bottle overflows and it starts drying on the top of the glue bottle. You got to pick that off right away. Life cannot continue until it's clean.
Well, you know what? I'm looking out the window at him right now. And he's weeding between the garden beds.
Wow.
And he's putting down that fabric stuff.
Yeah.
But he's just staring at it. It's like, yeah, I know you're thinking really hard, bud, but fucking get some work done, you know?
And what do you think he should be doing right now? Or is he should just be working?
Just moving faster.
Well, what are you doing? Why don't you go out and help him?
Well, that was part of the message. So I just had surgery 2 weeks ago, and I'm left-handed, and it was on my left arm.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, it's a long story. Basically, it was actually in November. We were unloading a truck full of fresh cut greens.
Sure.
And it was something like 8,000 pounds of cut greens, but the bales aren't individually weighed.
Oh.
It's weighed by the gross, tonnage or whatever weight. And so the bale could have been 10 pounds. It could have been 50 pounds. And there was a strong guy in the back of the semi throwing them to me. Oh. And I was just throwing them everywhere. And 4 days went by. My whole entire body was sore. And on the fifth day, I couldn't lift up my coffee cup in the morning.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I thought I was a tough guy. And I tried to just, work through it, physical therapy and all that. And finally, the doctor's like, well, you've plateaued. You're not getting better. You need the surgery. So
you tore something?
The tendons came off the bone.
Ooh. Dang. Wow. Well, yeah. You are just a badass Midwest gal over here, working through the pain. Just a little ibuprofen. I'll stitch it up, you think, in your head. And then before you know it.
You and my dad would get along great.
He did. Oh, speaking of parents, it's my mom's birthday. Can I shout out my mom?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Helen Klein, 73. Whoop, whoop.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Helen Klein. Happy birthday to you. Real good.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. She's going to be so thrilled.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, update on the husband. Has he moved yet?
All right, let's look. He's pacing.
Okay. He's circling.
Like a lion trapped in a
Okay,
cage.
so he was formulating a plan. Now he's mentally mapping the plan. And
Yes. Oh, he's putting something in the ground now.
Okay.
But it's more like, yes, still mental mapping.
All right.
So this is his MO. He moves slow and pretends to do work even though he's not.
Well, I mean, he gets shit done eventually, but it's like half his clothes are still in the front hall closet because he hasn't finished his closet. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, that was like 2 years ago. Like,
This is torture for you because you cannot do anything. And since you can't be distracted by doing work yourself, you're forced to just see
Stare.
what he's not doing. Yeah.
yes,
This is gonna be
absolutely.
This is gonna be real trouble for your marriage the longer this goes on.
Well, we're not actually married,
Okay.
but might as well be.
Well, I mean, that adds up. The guy takes forever on everything. So, of course he hasn't proposed. Are you kidding me?
Still mapping out where to put
Right.
the knee down.
He's now, but is he at least in the circling phase? Is he circling the jewelry store at least now?
Oh, I get jewelry, just not that specific ring.
Do you want a ring, or are you guys mutual? Like, hey, we don't need to get married.
I mean, I would like it. Every girl wants to get married, and well, really, I just want the honeymoon, I guess. But just take me on vacation.
So is that
Throw
what
me a big party and take me on vacation.
is that what this is really about? You're upset about his pace on the chores, but it's really the big pop in the question you're looking for?
No, definitely not. It's all about the chores.
Nice. You know, he's got a keeper. I'm not sure what he's thinking here.
Have you tried different tactics to get his ass in gear?
Well, that's why I called you guys, because my tactics don't work apparently.
What are you currently using?
Sometimes I'll make fun of him, which that's kind of how our relationship is. We got no problems with that. But like, hey, Sally, why don't you get out there and finish that? That kind of thing.
Oh,
That
yeah.
doesn't seem to work.
And then what does he say in response?
Well, he usually have a little quip right back at me. But
Have you tried bribing with?
but it's always the thing. It's always just got to do something else. Oh, but I got to do this. I got to do that. His favorite thing is to cut the grass.
Is he a lines
I
guy?
got to cut the grass.
I mean, in his defense, the grass does keep growing, so you got to stay on top of it.
Well, no, I get that. What's up with your decks, guys? The zero turn or whatever. I'm sure he'd love one of those.
Zero turn mower.
Zero turns.
What do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh no, Miles's battery broke on his zero
Yeah,
turn.
we currently are in a predicament with the zero turn. Got to get a new battery.
Oh, really?
Maybe you dangle a little zero turn over as the reward if he gets your honeydew list done here.
I'm guessing those are pretty expensive.
Yeah, Miles, you got a second one somewhere, right? You want to ship that thing?
Well,
Charlie's going to mail me your zero turn now?
Put a stamp on it. call it
Charlie
a
is
day.
always pawning off all of my stuff and money. So,
Yeah, that's my specialty.
you could another tactic you could try is the Midwest dad approach. So Charlie,
Yeah.
I want you. I'm gonna be you.
Okay.
I'm dragging my feet in the garden, and I
Yeah.
want you to be your dad.
Okay. Hey.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand here.
Hey, what the hell are you doing over there? Huh? We got work to do
I'm
over
doing
here.
the garden.
Yeah. Okay, you've been doing it for a long time. Quit your dilly down. I'm putting 5 minutes on the clock. Finish it. All right.
I can't
By the
finish this
time I
if-
walk around this corner, if that's not finished, see the back of this hand? Yeah, you want to see it up close? Have you tried beating them or giving them beer? That usually helps.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Give them beer. You want to hear something funny, Charlie? I'm wearing the Fleet Farm dad hat right now.
Are ya? Nice. Meet you at the Fleet
Available
Farm.
on minuteswalkminute.com.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Wow.
You should try the dad approach right now. You should go poke your head out the door.
Yeah.
And give him a little Midwest dad. Tell him to unhook the plow. Get his ass in gear.
Do you guys want me to?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, hold on. I'm walking. Hold on.
This is
Oh, wait, hold on. I'll put you on speaker real quick. Hold on.
yeah, do that.
You hear me, boy?
Yep.
Hi. Hey there! What you doing there, bud? You need to move that ass a little faster there. He told me to fuck off. Did you hear that? Say hi to the boys, babe. I'm on the phone with the boys. Whipper into shape. Did you hear that?
What do you say?
He said whipper into shape.
Hey, you guys have a great relationship.
We do. We really
The
do.
thing you were missing is you didn't warn him about the backhand. That would have maybe whipped him into shape.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's just an empty threat.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
I
let
know,
him
right?
know that there's some.
Oh, no, I didn't offer him the beer, though. I forgot to offer him the beer.
Yep, that's called the honey and the stick approach right there, or the carrot and the stick.
Good cop, bad cop.
Good.
Oh, yeah. With the dangling the carrot.
Yep. Carrot and the stick.
That's a good one.
Yeah. In that analogy, is the carrot dangling from the stick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You dangle.
Because you hold the stick over in front of the animal, and then they chase the carrot that they can never get it.
Oh, that's what the stick's for. I thought the stick was for beating. Now I know.
Softly and carry a big carrot.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's a Woodrow Wilson quote. Well, so what other projects do we got hanging around the house? You got a list? Do you have a list written down?
Oh, God, I have a list. I have a list.
Read it off.
Put away the laundry, sweep and mop and vacuum, water the plants, and what was the other thing? Oh, there was one more thing. He didn't do any of it.
Well,
make the bed.
Some of that you can do with one hand.
Yeah,
can't
I mean,
ya?
yeah.
Water the garden?
I mean, geez, you are milking this arm thing. You can't make the bed with one hand.
Oh, really? Really, Miles? You're going to put on a fitted sheet with one arm?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Come on.
Yeah, I can't even do that with two arms.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, guys, guess what happened today? Did you guys see what happened?
New Pope.
He's a fib.
He's a fib. The Pope's. And
is a fib.
I hope he's not a Bears fan.
I hope so, too.
Otherwise, we're in trouble.
I'm a fib, but the old man isn't, which makes it even worse that he doesn't get the shit done.
Where are you guys living?
Bensonville, we're right outside O'Hare Airport.
Oh, sure. Nice.
Yeah. So if you guys ever need me to pick you up, I got you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
All right.
Little Midwest hospitality.
I mean, I don't know if you can with your arm. You can't do any fucking thing else. So, can you drive a car even? Jeez.
I am allowed to drive.
Okay.
I'm starting to wonder if that's a good idea.
I still had to. Oh, what was that? What was that, Miles?
Nothing.
Well, even when I had to still wear the sling, they told me I could drive. I just wouldn't because I was afraid I was going to fall out and face plant. But, no, I will drive now, but just only if I have to. It's still, it's not all the way back. So
Yeah. What's your story? What do you saying you were throwing some bales around? What do you do for work and all
She's
that?
obviously a lawyer, Miles.
Nice.
Yeah. Obviously,
I work
he's a
at,
golfer.
Oh, he used to.
He used to what?
Miles would like that, right? Miles likes golf.
I do like golf.
Oh, I was trying to do a Big Lebowski quote.
Oh, that's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Miles, I have to ask you, is your favorite show of all time The Office?
Yeah, probably up. Yeah, TV show wise, yeah. And my favorite.
What are some of your other faves? Because I've heard you quote obviously The Office. I've heard you do Friends. I caught a couple Friends quotes.
Yeah,
And I thought one time I caught a Letterkenny quote, but I wasn't sure.
yeah. I also lately have been a Righteous Gemstones guy.
It's a good show.
That's a good one too. That's a good one.
I haven't finished this season, but there are some episodes this season where I was dying laughing, and that doesn't happen a lot in today's world. I feel like comedy shows are good comedy shows tough to come by.
Tough to find.
Comedy's my favorite genre. So
So what do you do for work?
Oh, yeah. So, no, I work at a garden center. It's called Flat Hill Nursery. We sell everything from houseplants, trees, and shrubs, and I'm the perennial director there.
Ooh, the perennial director.
Yeah. So all the pretty flowers, that's my department.
That's a great specific for a for like a sketch at some point. I am the perennial director.
I don't know why that was so funny. It's just such a serious title for flowers. I don't know.
I know, right?
Flowers is serious business, Miles.
My wife's.
Well, yeah, Miles, because if we don't have the bees, then we're all screwed.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
Thank
That is
you.
true.
You got a bee house, or is that on the list too?
No. The funny part about that is I'm terrified of bugs. So people are always just like, how do you do this? And I just say, like, when they come by me, I just run the other direction. Like, I don't know. There's something. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're not a bug gal, but you're a flower gal. Yeah, you only get one with the other.
I know. Well, that's the problem. See, I like the bees. They just don't have to get that close to me.
Yeah.
That's
You like to, from afar. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. They can do their business.
well, good. Well, yeah, we appreciate your service to all the yards out there around O'Hare Airport that have those beautiful flowers in there. Thank you for getting those out there and distributing those.
Yeah, and I could sense when you went out there to yell at your guy, I felt like you didn't want to hurt his feelings. But now you're back in the house. He's not listening. Before we let you go, I'd like you to really let us know what you'd love to say to him while he's standing out there doing nothing. Just let it out.
Fucking pants up. Nobody needs to see your ass crack, you lazy son of a bitch.
There it is. The truth just sounds different. Well, maybe you should get him a belt or something for Father's Day coming up. Is he a dad?
Yes, he is.
Okay,
All
there
right.
you go.
Granddad.
Granddad, nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, and then his grandmother is supposed to be here today, and that's why I'm all pissed that everything's not cleaned up, because I can't. And I know you guys think I'm whining, but no, there's stuff I can't do. And his grandma's gonna come,
Well,
and I'm like, okay.
I'll.
She's from Bangor, Wisconsin, Charlie.
Oh yeah, Bangor, banger. Some would say.
So his grandma. So she's got great grandchildren.
Oh, their family's huge.
That is wild.
That is wild.
Well, I guess, that maybe there's not that much to do up there in Bangor. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Why go to high school when you can have a baby by sophomore year,
You can go to the School of Hard Knocks.
There you go. Well, look, I'll tell you this.
University?
If you want stuff to get done, you got one good hand, go pull a switch and make it happen.
You know what? That's so possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then she gets tendonitis in that elbow.
And the other one?
Gets switch elbow instead of tennis elbow.
Whopper's elbow.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Uh-huh. Well,
Oh, hey, can I ask you guys a question?
yeah.
Is George Kittle really that nice?
Oh,
He
great
Looks
dude.
so nice.
He's a great dude. We had him on the podcast, and we were figuring that he was going to be like, all right, good, thanks guys, I got to get out of here. He sat with us for like an hour afterwards, just having some beers.
Chewing the chaw. It was just nice. And it's hard for me to say this because he's such a, thorn in the side of the Packers, but apparently he doesn't even think about us. So,
Fuck him. Right?
I know. That's what I want to say, but he's just too nice. Too nice of a
Are
guy.
you happy about Matthew Golden, Charlie?
Oh, yeah. I think that'll be nice. We got,
I'm super happy.
yep. He's like our Randy Moss. We'll
I
see.
called that. I said to my guy who's a Bearskin, I said, I don't give a fuck what your team does, but I just want the Packers to draft a wide receiver in the first round. Bing, bang, boom, we got one. I was so thrilled.
I said the same thing, and I was walking around the whole draft as a Packers owner, like I had a job to do, and yeah, Miles doesn't like it when we talk Packers because he.
No, I don't care.
It's a pyramid scheme, right, Miles?
It really is. I just can't believe
What?
that you guys are all drinking the cheese, you know?
Oh, really? Because we literally have our certificate hanging framed in our living room.
You bought how much was your stock?
$250.
You bought a $250 piece of paper that
No.
you'll never be able to sell.
No, I did not. It also came with a folder, Miles.
Okay.
So
And you get to go to the meeting every year.
yeah, you get to go sweat your ass off at Lambeau in the dead of summer. You know, swampy. You get a swassy group of owners.
We went to the home opener game last year, and it was so hot that they literally ran out of water. They ran out of water bottles. They started giving away cups of ice from the cocktail cart so people wouldn't pass out. That's not a shot at Lambeau, though. Lambeau's beautiful.
Yeah, we're out of water. Just have some beer. That'll.
Right. Well, here's the ice from without the whiskey. Just take the ice. That's basically what it
I
is.
thought you were going to say, I thought you said you just started handing out beers like it was water.
Oh, no.
Because that's my Lambeau experience. I got so drunk at Lambeau because every corner I turned around, there was someone shoving a beer in my face. Normally at stadiums, it takes 20 minutes to get one beer, and it took 20 seconds for me to get a beer at Lambeau. I was very impressed.
Miles got so.
They have their shit together.
They
They do.
Miles got so drunk at Lambeau, the next day he turned his whole life around.
I wish I could say that's not true. I wish I could say that's not true, but it is. It is.
That's when he started his weight loss journey.
No way.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Miles, you know what they say. You're looking like a snack.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. He hasn't been back to Lambeau since.
He'll never go again.
No, they're not going to recognize me when I walk in. They'll be like, last time you were here, you were twice the man you are now.
Well, I'm half the man that I used to be. Yep.
You know, I've never heard it stated like that, but yeah.
It's accurate. Yeah.
It doesn't help, Charlie, that you you also made me participate in some extracurriculars in terms of
I did
of a snack as well.
I found there was a Delta 8 thing that they were selling at the Stadium View bar, and back then I didn't know Delta 8 was just jet fuel and a gummy bear. And I gave Miles, I said, now be careful, take half of this. Miles popped the whole thing in his mouth. The next day he was too sick to do bellied ups, and between the alcohol and the booze, and we were dancing, we were cutting up a rug. And yeah, that was years ago now.
No, it wasn't. You didn't say take half of this, and then I took the whole thing. He hands it to me, and as it's already down my throat, he goes, "Only take half of it."
I couldn't help it.
Carl.
I was on Delta 8. I was.
Okay, so let me ask you, boys. When you're not drinking the Busch Light or the Liney's or the Tipical, what's your liquor?
Barron's Old Fashioned Brandy.
Oh, God, I should have known that. What about you? What about you, Miles?
I like drinking like whiskey 7. You know, I like.
Oh, okay.
I used to be a whiskey diet guy, and then I don't know. I like something a little lighter now.
7 and 7.
Yeah, a little 7,
it's a
7.
nice
little,
summer
little
drink.
Windsor 7.
Oh, Windsor's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So,
well, good for you.
well, we appreciate you calling in today.
Well, I suppose.
It's about that time.
Now, be careful when you slap your knee. Use the right arm, otherwise you're gonna be,
Face planted.
you're gonna regress on that rehab.
A little Midwest goodbye. You want to hear something the doctor told me yesterday? It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he said that it's easier for left-handed people to become ambidextrous when they go through something like this, because right-handed people,
Are dumber.
their left arm is typically 90% strong as their dominant hand. And for left-handed people, since there's so many right-handed things in the world, our arms are basically just as strong. So it's easier for left-handed people to become ambidextrous.
So it's not that impressive you beat me in that arm wrestle with your right arm, Miles.
I'm gonna fact check.
Thank you.
Miles, you're a lefty?
I am a lefty, yeah. And Charlie's
so
just
cool.
salty because I beat him in an arm wrestling competition with my right arm.
He cheated.
Charlie said, "Ready, go." He got to say when we started, and he's saying that I cheated.
You tickled my hand.
He's never going to rematch you.
I'm going to do the rematch. I'm gonna slip him a Delta 8 and get my rematch.
Oh man. Yeah, actually that's probably Midwest rehab is all right, I'm gonna need you to do 15 whelp knee slaps for me here.
Yeah, that's what the old man always tells me. Yeah, you're fine.
Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling in. Hope your arm gets better and you gotta whip that old guy into shape.
All right, I'm gonna go pick a switch right now.
Good for you. Good for you.
No, do it psychological warfare. Make him pick the switch.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I like that.
All right,
All right, then.
have a good one. Oh man. What a good gal.
Great gal.
You Packer owners, I swear to God.
What? We know what's up, Miles. You just wish you had a team.
I will have to say I did think it was maybe more money than $250. So
It's up to 300 now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Just everything's getting inflated these days.
I think it was 250. It might have been 275. I got blind though. Whatever it was, I was buying it.
Can anyone buy stock at any time, or do they do different releases of stock?
Differently, really. You only have a certain window to get it. I've never bought, true story, I've never bought a coat. Never purchased a coat.
Because they said give you one?
No, just because there's always been coats around.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never bought a big coat. I've never bought one. I've always used a coat, or someone I always used a coat that was around, or someone bought me it. Or then we started doing this thing, and then people would send us coats sometimes. Like we had the Duluth deal for a little bit, and they sent a bunch of coats, so now I wear those.
What does this have to do with what you're talking about?
I don't know. Some remind me of it.
Am I missing?
You brought up coats. Oh no, this is what the connection was. I didn't complete the circle.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah. Thank you. I've never bought a coat, but I spent $300 on $250 on a Packers
what
owner
are we
thing.
talking about?
Yeah.
Is coat some slang in the stock world?
No.
I didn't know.
No, I'm just proud of that. Never got a coat, but I've
Spent $300 on a piece of paper.
and people have been generous to me and given me coats.
Well, should we take another one?
Let's do it.
4th of July is coming, Charlie. You know what that means?
It means fireworks, Miles.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Right? If you got a Terry in your family who's lighting off fireworks, can't get out of there, and maybe you have a firework accident.
Yep. And before you know it, all you can say is it's the 3rd of July. You guys can't see it out there, but I just made a joke about losing a finger.
And it happens. It happens.
It happens.
And God forbid it does happen. You might be in a bad spot. Nothing's worse than trying to eat a bratwurst with 3 fingers. It just falls right out of your hands.
Yeah.
And if you're in a scenario like that, you got to make sure to call Nicolay Law.
Nicolay will go after those big firework manufacturers in China and will get you the money you deserve. 1-855 Nicolay Law. Nice. Hello, is this Anton?
Yes, it's me. How are you doing?
It's good. We are doing good. We are doing good. I'm here with Miles, the You Betcha guy.
Oh, nice. Are you guys hard at work or hardly working?
We are.
Or both.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
I'm hard. Miles is at work. So. So what's on your mind now that you know that?
All right. Definitely not. I don't want that on my mind anymore, but
Charlie just crossed his legs.
so I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Me too.
Flash it or no? All right. So yeah, I live in the city, right? In Montreal, but to go out, I got to get out of the city to go hunting. So I managed to find a local redneck, retired old person.
A local redneck, a retired
so I was on
old
Craigslist
person.
looking for a redneck.
Because they got the spots, right?
Yeah, they got the spots.
But right now, it's starting to cost me a lot in beer. And every time I leave hunting, I got to smash a couple of beers with them and everything. But I got to get back home and work the next day, and it's being rough. And it's cost a lot of money to supply all the beer for that old guy. So I was trying to figure out, how do I keep going hunting with him without needing to bring him a case of 30 Coors Light every time?
Wow. I mean, how much is beer in Canada these days?
Hey, obviously not cheap enough.
Yeah.
Tariffs.
Tariffs are screwing up your game. I think you're screwed on that, man. That a 30 rack is a pretty good deal for some hunting.
That's true. I do get the best spots and everything, but my liver is now thinking it's a good deal.
I see.
So it's less about the money and more about that you just can't keep up with them. And that's your first mistake. Don't ever try and keep up with a redneck on drinking a case of beer.
No.
Yeah, he's a bit of a legend with that. He had liver cancer at some point, but he just kept drinking.
Okay.
I don't like to drink water.
He actually he got liver cancer, and the way that he killed his liver cancer is by drinking more.
It was the holistic remedy. So this guy currently has liver cancer, or he beat it?
He beat it. So now he's like, oh, I'm back on the sauce, boys.
Oh, God. You had a couple year reprieve there.
Sorry?
I said you had a couple years where you could just go hunting and not ruin your liver.
Yeah. Or I could just buy non-alcoholic beer, but he would probably kick me out of the blind or something.
So here's a question. He's taking you some good spots. Are you afraid that if you just show up at those spots that he's going to kick your ass? Without him?
Oh, now, no. But when I started hanging out with him, he would tell me, and he's like, hey, if I see anybody there, I'm shooting, and then I'm asking questions. So I don't want to see, you better not be over there without me or whatever, or tell anybody about it. So I got the warning in the beginning, but now we're pretty cool. So sometimes he sends me out alone or with his buddies because too old to go all the time. So
how did you meet this redneck?
We were fishing in the area, and we saw a guy with a painted camo boat and with marijuana leaves used as the camo for the spray paint. And then we're like, if somebody's catching them, it's got to be that guy. So I started talking to him, and then it just started taking us fishing, and then a lot of beer on a picnic table outside, and next thing you know, we're buddies.
Well, maybe you can bring him some marijuana instead. Have you floated that one?
He grows his own because he doesn't have enough money for retirement.
Okay. All right.
What does he do for a job?
He used to be he spent his 20s in prison, and then he was working construction. So it kind of aligns.
That tracks. That tracks. So, okay. I don't know if you have a solution to this. It's just how bad do you want to go hunting with him?
I mean, you enjoy hunting, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
Would you give it up?
No, I mean, give him the beers, and then you don't have to go 1 for 1 for him. That's a 1-2 punch then. That's a 1-2 solution. That's killing two ducks with the same shell right there.
Then he's just going to spend the day calling me a pussy.
Well,
you kind of are being one, so I don't. Spade a spade is what do you want?
You're right. I should just man up.
Yeah, that's good advice. Just man up and stop being a pussy. What do you do for work?
I'm in construction.
Oh, well then what are you so worried about showing up to work hungover? I used to do that. I was fine.
Yeah, but now I'm the boss, so it's kind of like everybody looks at my swollen face and like, yeah, rough night.
Well, if you're the boss, you can afford a 30 rack.
Yeah.
And if you're the boss,
at the point,
you just sit in your truck all day anyways. So why do you need to look presentable?
Oh, I don't. I'm the guy. I'm the guy in the trenches because I don't have employees. All the subcontract the stuff I don't do. So it's the clients that because they're always talking. Yeah, we want this or that, and if you smell like you had a liquored up night before,
that's
not
He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm the boss. I'm like, how many employees do you have? He's like, 0. I'm just a independent contractor.
The boss of yourself.
Yeah.
You speak French?
Yes, sir.
Oui.
Miles has an interest in
Mon
French.
plaisir.
Mon plaisir. Je mange un croissant. Oui.
Does that mean you want a croissant and weed?
I think. No.
That means I want a croissant, yes.
That would be the first French sentence I've ever heard you say.
Oh, man. French language is crazy. You just don't pronounce any letters whatsoever. If you just go, you got it. I probably said a sentence right there.
Oh, it's crazy, especially French Canadians. Like, to the Quebecois, it's a complete different French. You don't understand half of it because they're like basically mumbling it. Especially if they're missing teeth, it's even worse.
And they whistle a little too with it because they don't have any teeth in the front.
How do you say "watch out for deer" in French?
Attention au chevreuil. But that's in the Quebecois accents.
Passon chevreuil.
Chevreuil.
Passon chevreuil.
Yeah.
Nice. Sick.
But when they say bye, it's like a cool way. Like instead of watch out for the deer, they just say watch out for the machine, like your truck.
Oh.
So they say attention machine.
Passon machine.
Yeah, it's like watch out for deer, but in French Quebecer version, watch out for your truck.
That's what you guys say when you say goodbye?
Yeah, that's what my friend Frank tells me every time. He's like, oh, what, attention machine? And then I head out.
Passon machine.
Is it because you got in a car accident at some point, or no?
No. It's just like regular say. It's like, have you ever hit a deer on the road?
Charlie has.
Oh, are you asking us? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say watch out for deer, even though you didn't hit one, right? Because you never know what might happen.
That's true. Right? Yeah, you're right. You get ahead of it. That's smart. I like it.
Or get ahead if you hit it,
But if it's Frank driving, he's probably going to hit it on purpose. Like, you get 2 birds with one stone.
Yeah, he's headed out to the stand. Just hit the deer with your thing. You can go back and drink your beer in the warm weather, or the AC.
Yeah.
Should we go to Montreal?
I think you should. What you guys want? You can meet Frank and we could go walleye fishing or duck hunting.
That would be great. That would be awesome. We should do that. We should do bellied ups in Montreal, Miles.
Yeah, I got my passport. You need to get a new passport.
I do.
Actually, yeah. What the hell are you talking about? We can't.
Yeah, I know.
We can't right now.
I gotta go to Walgreens first. Yeah.
Charlie is traveling with an expired passport, by the way. Just
no wallet and an expired passport.
Well, that sounds a lot like Charlie. He's a bit forgetful, right?
Yeah, it's like everyone else would be shocking news, but you hear Charlie, you're like, I just thought that was how you normally do it.
It's a Tuesday. Yeah. Well, we gotta get up there to Montreal. What do you do for fun?
I'll be waiting for you.
Who goes fishing?
Well,
I drink beer with an old retired man. I go fishing and hunting.
Good. I like your style.
Do you have a significant other?
No.
Okay. I mean, you're kind of living the dream right now. Just hanging out, drinking beer, smoking weed, and fishing.
Yeah, because whenever I go out with chicks, it's kind of hard to explain who I hang out with. He's like fucking 70 something. I don't know, but I'm 24, so it's like, yeah, what do you do for fun? Hang out with this creepy old guy. Takes me out fishing.
He's a good guy though. He only spent a bunch of time in prison.
Yeah, great guy. So
What'd he do? How'd he spend 10 years in prison?
that was the longest. Like I tried to get it out when I first met him. I kept asking, like he kept telling us prison stories and stuff. I'm like, fuck, Frank, what did you do? He's like, well, apparently you're not allowed to shoot at people. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean?
It's because someone went to his fishing spot after he showed him without his permission.
No, they didn't dare do that. But he was robbing banks in the 80s.
Really?
No, it was the 70s, because in the 80s he got out of prison by then, and then started selling that sketchy stuff and whatever.
Well, does he have an Italian last name by any?
No.
Okay.
But he has a lot of Italian friends.
Yeah, his name is Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Is he in witness protection at this point?
No, he got caught, right?
Yeah, he was not a witness. He was.
Oh yeah, he didn't rat. But if you get caught for something, they try to turn you in prison.
True.
Yeah, but he got caught for robbing banks. I don't know. So
I mean, I feel like that was your last shot at robbing banks. And then after that, banks were like, all right, we're sick of this shit. Let's start putting some cameras up.
Yeah.
Let's make this little button underneath the counter. And it just made guys like Frank's job just become obsolete, That was like in the bank robbing community is like AI taking jobs.
Yeah,
They took all the bank robbing jobs with all the technology.
All the bank robbers are sending emails asking if you telling them to click this link and you can fulfill an invoice.
Or that have a kingdom that they've been thrown out of, and they need money to help their father get back in position.
The Nigerian prince.
Right.
Yeah.
All the bank robbers moved to Nigeria.
Oh man, that's actually, it's not cool to rob banks. But it is cool to know someone who used to rob banks.
Yeah.
Did he give you any insight on how he would do it?
Yeah. Well, he would just walk up with a counter with like those pantyhose on his face. And he would he would cut his guns like to be shorter or whatever. And his escape route was going through like farm fields, I think he said, like off road. So like he thought outside the box with his redneck ways to succeed or whatever. But he didn't succeed at the end, right?
Yeah. How many years was he in the biz before he got pinched?
9.
It's pretty good, I would think.
No, he was inside 9 years. I don't know how long he was doing it before.
Okay.
I don't like to ask too many questions because I'm like, the less I know, the better, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no reason to hide a body if that body doesn't know anything.
I mean, Frank is a gangster, dude. He just did it the old-fashioned way. He said, I'm not doing Ocean's 11 and that bullshit. I'm just going to walk into the bank. I'm going to point a gun at someone and take the money and drive through a cornfield. That's like bank robbing at its purest.
You got to hand it to the guy. Where did he get caught? America or
out
Canada?
west, Canada, like in Alberta or somewhere. I don't know. He said it was out west because then they had to transfer. He did like a bunch of penitentiaries across the country, like going back to his home residence.
He did like a brewery tour of penitentiaries,
basically
bar hopping. Got on a party bus and then they just went to all the different penitentiaries.
Penitentiary crawl, he said. Oh, sounds like a good guy. We got to get out to Montreal and go hunting with you guys.
He's good. He met Jesus now, so he's in line and everything.
Sounds
but
like
he still likes the Coors Light and everything.
Good.
Well, that's good for Frank. He should write a book.
Oh, I keep telling him. I started recording him now when he tells his stories because I'm like, somebody needs to document this character. Like,
yeah. Why don't you play us one of those recordings?
I don't know like how to play it for you to hear on the phone, right? But if you want, I made a TikTok of him, but half of it is in French, basically.
That's fine.
Yeah, send it over to us.
Yeah, just text us a link or whatever.
Yeah, it's Frank L.E. Buck because he goes by Buck, so it's B-O-C-K, not B-U-C-K. because he spells it in French, but it's not even the right spelling in French, right? But I'll send it over so you guys can check him. I see what he looks like, and then hopefully you don't fall off your bar stools when you.
Frank Le Buck, is that what his handle is?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the most French way to say, yeah, I'm Frank Buck.
No, he calls himself Le Buck, like the Buck.
Yeah.
Frank the Buck.
And he has it tattooed on his arm, too. His nickname.
Really? God.
But he gave it to himself.
In prison?
No, he gave himself the nickname because he liked hunting so much. So he's like, I'm gonna go by Le Buck now.
Oh, I thought you meant in prison he gave himself the tattoo.
No, he just got the tattoo in prison, but he got the nickname before, I think. I don't know.
That's sweet. If we is he well known? Like, is there any articles about him that I can read up on Le Buck?
No, I try to find some, but it's so old. He's like prehistoric. So
yeah, it's so old they didn't even have newspapers back then.
They did, but like, I don't think they put him online or whatever.
Frank the Buck.
Oh, you got his TikTok? He looks exactly how I thought he would look.
Oh.
See, this they get prairie dog. And all it wears a prairie dog on the menu is a hot dog with a big sausage with spaghetti sauce and cheese.
Is he talking about eating a prairie dog with spaghetti sauce and cheese?
Yeah, he is.
He's explaining what a prairie dog is out west. It's like a type of hot dog with cheese on it or something.
As he's holding a framed photo of a prairie dog.
How does this only have 2 likes? 3.
No, the prairie dog has a joint in his hands.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he does. See right there.
How many followers?
Somebody gave it to him as a gift because he likes marijuana a lot.
He looks like he likes marijuana.
I mean, he's got long gray hair with a big gray beard and tattoos. He looks exactly the way that I thought Frank would look.
I'm starting to wonder if Jerry Garcia didn't die.
Yeah, so like sometimes in the woods when it's dark, you think it's a Sasquatch, so you got to put your safety back on.
He's clamped.
Clamato, yeah, he's having a little red beard. I'm guessing that's in the morning.
Yeah, he got tired of the taste of beer, so he put salt and Clamato inside.
That's hilarious.
That's great. Well, we appreciate you calling in today, man. This was awesome, and sounds like you got a pretty good setup. You have to tell Le Buck we says hi. And,
I will do.
And Le Man.
I always talk to him about you guys.
Le Man.
Hey, it was great talking to you, and attention machine.
Chacho machine. Close enough?
Yeah, close enough.
La show machine.
That's it.
All right. Well, La show machine and watch for deer.
All right. Have a drink for me, boys.
Will do.
Cheers.
Tell Frank we say hi. Yeah, we get a little bit of everyone here, Miles.
He looks like a guy I used to work with for my dad, and his nickname was Flops.
Flops?
Yeah.
What a great name.
So, Le Buck and Flops.
Why was it Flops?
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
The meaning was lost in translation many years ago.
The reasons are forgotten, but the name lives on.
He's the guy that told me that he could have went pro in BMX, but he just didn't have time.
I remember you telling me about that guy.
And then we found an old BMX bike in a dumpster next to the job site. We pulled it out and made him ride it, and he actually wasn't terrible.
He was pretty good at
I
it?
mean, he wasn't great.
Right.
Because he also spent the last 40 years just chain smoking and drinking every single night. So
yeah, that'll catch up with
he
you.
was so unhealthy that his skin was like, I don't know if this will make sense. His skin was so tight that like he felt like if he just took like an end of a nail and just poked him, he would just explode.
Oh,
That's how inflamed he was at all times. I just can't believe he's still alive.
no wrinkles on the guy though.
That's because he's so tight. Yeah.
Well,
Got a voicemail from
Got a
Joe.
voicemail, Jared? Well, let's do it. Joe's got a voicemail for us. Charles? Here we go.
Joey Joe.
Yeah, hey, this is Joe. I'm 23. I live in northern Minnesota, and I got a hot topic because apparently it's a pretty big thing. I got this pair of underwear that I've had for 10 years, and they are just, they're not stained. Let's just get that out of the way right now. They are clean, but they got a lot of holes and the waistband's falling off, and I guess it's just a guy thing. Or is there women out there, too, that, wear their underwear until they disappear, or should I throw mine away? So I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm going to hang up now.
Do not throw those away.
Don't throw them away. I got a pair of those.
I got a pair of those, too. I got a couple pairs of those. Underwear is a thing of, no one's going to see it, you know?
Correct.
And if someone's going to see it, you're going to go with, you're going to dress it up a bit.
And about the time you start getting holes in them, they're you finally got it broke in to be the shape that you want them to be.
Yeah,
you know?
it's that is form fitted to your body.
It's like a nice pair of leather boots, you know?
Broke them in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is a good question, though. Do women do the same thing?
They must, right?
I don't know.
There's got to be some gals out there. I bet. Who's our
Charlie? Why don't you rifle through your girlfriend's underwear drawer next time you see her and report back?
I'm just doing it. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Miles told me
it's
to."
for the podcast, and she's like, "What the fuck does Miles want with my underwear?"
She DMs your wife. Yeah. We have to
just
talk.
So you know, I had a little incident today, and I don't know if you're aware, but Miles wants to know about my underwear.
Anne's just like, not again.
I'll do it when I get home, Charlie. It sounds like you're not going to do it. I'll do it.
Just ask Anne. You know what?
You're going to text Anne?
I will.
Don't text Anne that.
Okay.
I should actually see if you've gone through with it. Yeah, how far is it? It was like the other day when he said he was going to buy that guy his $200 gift for his
I was
wedding.
so glad that I didn't get called out on that bluff.
Yeah.
I just get into a good mood and start wasting money, you know?
I know. I can tell. Well, Charlie,
Miles,
was that another good episode of the Bellied Up podcast?
Get on over to Frank's Lounge in Fargo if you can, folks.
Great merchandise. And maybe you'll see the mascot like we did.
Yes. I'm going to have to come back to see that pink piñata.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode. Remember to tip your bartender. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, hope you guys have a good one. Goodbye now. Toodaloo.